More stuff, my friends. So here's the deal. We're talking about a lot of jumping and landing. We talked about air squats and jumping and landing into that air squat. We talked about mountain climbers and how that works. But now, how do we address more things? So the body doesn't just work as one unit. It's a bunch of units that work together. It's a system of systems. When we look at an athlete or a gymnast or just anything that is moving in an athletic behavior, we see that there's a main power generator, there's some sort of transmission, and then there is an assistant mover or a secondary mover. In our case, what we see is that our hips are our prime mover. This is where I generate most of my power. Hip extension and flexion. The transmission is my spine, and my arms and shoulders are kind of my wings and directors, but they also assist a little bit in the movement. So if we go back to those little mountain climbers, what I can do is I can add a little circle to it. So if I start from the bottom and I start with my arms down here, I can use my arms, jump and land, and as I do that circle actually gives me a little power to get into the air. So what you can practice is just these nice little arm circles where you go up, circle, up, circle, up, circle. And what you want to try to develop is a 3-to-1 ratio where you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. Creating that full range of motion in the shoulder to be able to develop a lot of power. This is my loading phase. This is where I release and I generate power. Key thing is, do you have the motor control to move at high speed and finish in this nice strong hollow body position or neutral position when you're in the air that will give you stability and control, but also direction. So mountain climbers with arm circles is going to be a key movement. If you want to get really nerdy about this, what you'll see is that as I come up, my shoulder goes into flexion. I want to create external rotation. As I come down and my shoulder passes behind me, I'm actually sending it through this internal rotation into extension. All of a sudden I transition from shoulder flexion at end range, internal rotation, I pass through. Now look where my thumb is facing down in extension. I come around and then pop, my palm comes up again. If you understand that concept, you're going to be able to create a lot of torque in the shoulder, and once we start jumping and landing and adding bigger tricks, which may come down the line, you will see how this is really going to benefit. So jumping lunges, mountain climbers with arm circle, can you control those positions? You'll see what happens down the line. It's going to be amazing.